people, what is going on? This is like a Spartan Killer, and welcome to an unboxing that I've been waiting for a very long time. Now, there's two items in here. If you want to see like a review on the other thing, then just say so. But I know that you guys most definitely want to see the review of this main item because I've been waiting for it forever. So we're gonna open this up. I just got this, literally just got this. It's still warm from being outside. Alright, so obviously it's gonna be from Newegg because that's what I order all of my stuff from. Now, I'm hitting the microphone. There is a parts list, yada yada yada. This is the thing that that if you guys want to see a review on, if you guys want to see an unboxing of, let me know. I'll probably just have one just in case. And it is the Logitech G600 MMO gaming mouse. Open it up, and it looks like that. Why should be a severed hand in there? And it's not really. It's like a dead rat falls out. So this I will do an unboxing, and if you guys want to see it, then let me know. This is an amazing mouse. It has like 20 different buttons and all that other stuff, but this is not why we are here. We are here today to see the main event. Holy moly, this thing is gigantic. It is the GeForce GTX 770 4GB edition. It is going to be replacing my Crossfired AMD Radeon 6850's, and I think those are only 1 gig a piece. But basically all I have is only 1 gig for gaming because when you crossfire stuff it doesn't put them together. So this thing is, look at that, it has a little thing right here. It has 4 gigs of DDR5, DirectX 11, PCI Express 3, 256-bit HDMI, and DisplayPort. This thing is gigantic. This box is huge. Yeah, so let's open this baby up and we will see. I'm gonna try to do some benchmarks with my 6850s. So if you do have 6850s and you have them crossfired and you want to see what kind of performance this thing is going to increase, you're on the right video. But if you're not, you can kind of see, like, 6850s I think are actually pretty good. I like them. They have been running stuff on good settings, like I'm not like high settings, and they don't mess up like at all. So I'm gonna see what this kind of stuff gives you. This is a super high-end card, and let's start opening up this baby. Let's see here. We have the open box. Alright, so what we have here is the open box, yada yada yada, beautiful eye from Gigabyte because it has the cooling, I guess that's why I got it, because it has a crazy amount of fans. I did a lot of research on this, and I really wanted the 4 gig edition. There's a box that says Gigabyte. I really wanted this edition because the way games are headed now, you actually need 1 gig of RAM just to run it. So if I got 4 gigs, then why not? And if this doesn't perform or meet my expectations, then I'm just gonna get another one and then SLI it, and it will be amazing. So we have this. Let's open this little baby up. Oh, good God, that's a big card. In the anti-static bag, you have the Gigabyte with the Wind Force, the 3 fans. Keep that right there. And then you have, I don't know what this is. Oh, it's all the cables. So you have some Molex connectors, and then you have some more Molex connectors. Then you have the graphics card quick guide. Tells you how to install it. Then you have a real graphics true gaming. It's a graphics accelerator driver from Gigabyte. It wasn't even in the shot, idiot. That looks like that. Then you have the quick guide, and then you have the 2 Molex connectors. So they go like that, and then they give you your 8-pin, and then they give you a 6-pin. Very nice. And then what this is what it looks like. Let's take this little baby out of the bag. Open sesame. Alright, so basically this is what it looks like. It has the 3 fans on it. It actually has what else does it have? It has the connectors on the that for the analog and digital for the DVI. It has the HDMI, and then it has, I can't remember what that is, but I never use it. I can't remember what it's called. That's why I never use it. But yeah, let's get this baby in my computer, and let's see how it's gonna run, because apparently it's gonna blow pretty much everything out of the water. Here's your SLI slots. I like that they covered everything. So they're like, here, surprise, take off all the blue stuff, and that's when you do it. So I'm gonna run some like 3D Mark II or 3D Mark III, I think, and then I have the Unengine Heaven, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what I have. So we're gonna do that for the 6850's, and then we are going to and then we're gonna put this bad boy in, and then we're gonna see what the scores are. All right, let's check it out. All right, here we are at the Heaven benchmark. This is a free benchmark. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of it. It's the Unengine. It's the UNIGINE. I don't know exactly how to say it, but that's what it is. Now here's going to be all my presets. I have English, of course. The preset is going to be custom. DirectX 11. Quality is high. Tessellation is normal. Stereo 3D is disabled. Multi-monitor is disabled, although I do have 2 monitors. Anti-aliasing is ×4. Full screen resolution is 1920 by 1080. So I'm going to run this, and I don't want any other basically program going on in the background. That way it doesn't mess it up, so it can run at full capacity. Alright, so I'll give you guys the benchmark in a hot second. Alright, so I couldn't get my screen recorder or anything to work, so this is the benchmark. The FPS is 39.9, score of 1006, minimum FPS is 12.2, max FPS is 80.5. That's all the settings. DirectX 1920 by 1080. I can read it, but let's do that. There we go. Presets custom, quality is high, tessellation is normal. And it gives you Windows 7, 64-bit, all that other jazz. Alright guys, I finally got the video card in. It took a little bit of time. I had to just install some drivers, which is normal for having to install a new video card. So I had to get that, then I downloaded the GeForce Experience. And now we're up and running. And let's see here. The last score that we had was 1006 on these settings, I do believe. I'm just looking at the video that I had, and it was on oh, it was at 4AA. So I had 4AA, and it was full screen, 1920 by 1080. The quality was on high, and we didn't do anything with this tessellation. We had normal. We had this on normal. So this is what we had. Our FPS at 39.9, and our score was 1006. Minimum FPS of 12.2, and the max FPS of 80.5. I'm going to run this, and then I'm going to give you guys the lowdown. This is it. I'm super excited. Hopefully it'll blow my old video cards out of the water. Let's find out. Alright guys, this one literally, pretty much, it's like a 70% increase, I guess you could say. I didn't even do any math on it. That's just a rough, I just want to say 70%. Now, the FPS is 56.4 as opposed to the 39.9. The score for the 770 is 1420 as opposed to the 1006. Minimum FPS is 17.8 on the 770. On the Crossfired 6850's was 12.2. The max FPS is 126.5. Let me move my mouse. Get out of the way. 126.5, and the Crossfired had 80.5. That's using the same settings, so from the difference of 1006 to 1420 was pretty freaking awesome. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we are going to up the presets And the quality is going to be on ultra. The tessellation is going to be extreme. Stereo 3D, I'm not that worried about that. Multi-monitor is going to be disabled. Anti-aliasing is going to be ×8. Full screen, 1920 by 1080. I just want to max this beast out. That way we can see actually how much power I can get out of my Crossfired 6850's. Now the FPS is 22.4, score is 564. The minimum FPS is 6.5, max FPS is 53.8. 1920 by 1080, we know that. Presets custom, quality is alta, tessellation is extreme. Now let's move on to the 3D Vantage test. On second thought, let's not even worry about doing the extreme. I was going to do it, but then it pulled that whole double window thing again. So I'm just going to do custom, and we're going to make the quality at ultra. Tessellation is extreme. We didn't touch those last time. Anti-aliasing is ×8. We're going to make it at full screen. And then we had it at 1920 by 1080. And then we're going to see how she runs. We're not going to do the extreme because it seems like a redundant test. So, let's get it on. Alright guys, with the super ultra settings, the FPS was 39.0 as opposed to 22.4. The score was 981 as opposed to 564. Minimum FPS is 19.9. Minimum FPS is 6.5 on the Crossfired system. Max FPS is 88 as opposed to the max FPS was 53.8. Now let's go ahead and go into the 3D Mark Vantage. Alright, here we are at the 3D Mark 11 Basic Edition. This is the free one that you can download, so I figured I'd just do this one. A, because I don't have the full version, so that's pretty much out of the picture. And mainly anybody can do this on their computer. There's a 1920 by 1080. Yeah, I don't have that. We're just going to do performance, which is 1280 by 720, because you can even go through all these tabs, and it doesn't have, you pretty much, when you get the whole version, then you can do everything like that, but I'm just going to do the basic one, and I'm going to do benchmark tests only. I don't want to do this 3D Mark 11 experience, because then like a video plays and all that other stuff. So the display scaling mode is centered, benchmark test only. And then I'll give you guys the rundown when it's finished. Alright guys, so my 3D Mark score, not 3D, or my 3D Mark 11 score rather, not my 3D Vantage score, is P6287. And here's the similar system scores. I don't even know how they got that. But I'm this one, apparently, so I'm right on par with that. Let's see, graphics card secondary, all that jazz. Detailed score, 3D Mark score is P6287, graphics score is 6664, physics score is 5871, combined score is 4774, 3D Mark score is 6287, graphics score is 6664, physics score, so basically all that. The combined score is 4774, graphics test is 30, 31, 42, 20, 18.6 and 22.2. Here's the run details. 51% of results are lower than your score. So there's a gaming PC, Intel Core, a Titan, and then this one's mine. Gaming laptop has the AMD A10 and the 7660. And here's the graphics cards. I have 2 of them in Crossfired. And there's all the jazz for them. The memory clock is 1000 megahertz, core clock is 775. So hopefully this new video card is going to just stomp this one. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. This is the default stuff. There's nothing that we can change, so we're just going to go ahead and run it. Because I'm just going to do benchmark tests only. And we're going to see what it is for the performance. Let's get that underway. Alright guys, here's the 3D Mark 11 score. The score is P9213. Now, the score that I got with the Radeon 6850's Crossfired was 6287. So that is a crazy amount of an improvement, I guess is what you could say. Here's all the detailed scores. I could go through and see the other scores. Okay, so there we go. The graphics score was 6664 for the Crossfired ones, as opposed to 11,000 252. Good God. The physics score was 5,871. This one was 6,225. Combined score was 4,774. And the combined score, as you can see, was 5,622. All the rest are the same. All that other jazz. Here's the run details. Let's see if I can find it because I'm having to scroll through my video. Okay, so the score was 6,287 and this one's 9,213. And it says 84% of results are lower than my score. And as for the Radeons, it was 51% are lower. So I jumped up quite a bit with this card. Now let's go ahead and run the Vantage and see how that compares. All right, guys, here we are at the 3D Mark Vantage. Now it's going to do a graphics test 1, graphic test 2, CPU test, and a CPU test 2. I don't really care about these. All I care about is the graphic test. Of course, if you buy the thing, you can do all of these and disable lens flare, disable the halo, system info, the results, and all that other jazz. So what we're going to do is just the main 3D Mark Vantage preset is going to be performance because we can't change it because this is, again, the basic edition. That's free to download. Just Google it and you can find it. Now let's run the benchmark and see what the scores are. All right, so it looks like it didn't fare too well on the 3D Mark Vantage. The score is 19,969. And the similar system scores, I'm down here in this little baby where most of them are up here in the 92. Now, here's the graphics card stuff again. And then here's the detailed scores. 3D Mark scored 19,969. Graphics score is 2,643. CPU score is 18,189. These are the tests that they do. The Jane Nash is 6159, 2,476. None of that texture stuff. It gives you the settings, the performance, and all that other stuff, so that way you can compare with your friends. My score is 70% of the results are lower than my score. So I actually scored a lot higher than most other people. There's that, the gaming PC with the Titan and the Intel Core i7. The gaming laptop with all that other stuff. And then here's the graphics card stuff, the processor stuff, the general stuff. So that's pretty much what we want to look at. And we also want to look at this right here. This is the score that we want to keep in mind. I should have been writing all these down, but I didn't. So I think that's pretty much it for the benchmarks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to crack open my computer case and I'm going to put in the new graphics card, and then we are going to run all of these other tests again, and then we're going to see actually how it holds up and what the performance increase is. And yeah, let's get on that. I'm super excited. Are you stoked? I'm freaking stoked. Okay, here we are with the Vantage. Once again, default test because we can't really do anything about it. It's going to be performance. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. So here's the 3D Mark Vantage bookmark. Not bookmark. Freaking, what's it? It's not called a book. Benchmark. That's what it's called. All right, so the Radeon's got 19,969. This one has 24,944. The detailed scores, you can look at all that jazz, the Jane Nash. Let's go ahead and skip ahead on the video and see what they look like. Okay, so the Jane Nash for the Crossfired was 61. This one was 79. The Calico was 59. This one's 84. AI test was 2476. This one was 2576. Physics test was 25.1, and this one was 25.7. So it was actually pretty close for that. Here's the Vantage result context. It says 81% is lower than that card. All right, so it said 70% are lower than my score with 19,969. This one's 24,944. And that's actually pretty good. Not going to lie, especially with the 3D Mark Vantage. The Vantage is very, very, very heavy on your computer, I guess you can say. If you want to, you can download it and compare your results with the Crossfired 6850's or the 770 and see how your computer fares. All right, guys, before I put this in, I'm actually going to show you the... oh, there's my feet. Nice. I'm actually going to show you the size comparison. So here's the 770. Here's the 6850. As you can see, it's quite a bit longer Not necessarily higher, maybe just a little bit with this WindForce tab sticking up. Here's the other 6850 that I have. And it looks, you can see it's just a little bit. So you might want to make sure that you have the case size, aka the length, to house this beast, because I don't know if it'll fit inside a mid-size case. You might need a full-size case. I'm not entirely sure, but here is what it is replacing the two 6850s. And we're gonna put this beast in. Alright, guys, now the closing thoughts that I had is I am not at all mad that I got the 770. I'm actually really happy that I got it, and it's definitely gonna replace my 6850s. But the 6850s are about $120. I got one off of eBay and one I got a very, very long time ago. It's about $120. So both of them together is about $240, whereas the 770 is like a $500 or a $400 thing. So if you want to balance it out, and if you like the single card setup, definitely go with the 770. I know AMD has some problems with micro stuttering and stuff when you crossfire them. So I am going to recommend getting the 770 if you feel like just smashing video games in the face at a very high resolution. But the 6850s are very good, especially if you record. They're a pretty good powerhouse, and they're fairly cheap. So if you're on a budget, do not think that the 6850s are bad. They have gotten me through thousands of videos. So that's the unboxing review test between the 6850 Crossfired and the 770. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. But as of right now, it looks like our time is up. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Leave a comment down below whatever you are thinking, and I will see you guys next time. Peace! Now, I know you guys want to see some Minecraft frames per second, so right now we're running at about 180. When I'm not recording, I was up to about 300 and something. So this thing was crazy. So right now it's about 120, 115. These guys apparently don't move. Spawn some mermaids and such. And yeah, the settings are render distance far, max FPS, graphics is fast, smooth lighting's off, all that other stuff. Brightness, moody, done. All that other stuff. And Fraps is notable for halving your frames. So about 120 is about what it's getting. Because I know everybody loves Minecraft, and you guys are like, oh, let me see it in Minecraft. So this is pretty much what Minecraft looks like when you're running with the 770. When I was running with the Crossfired 6850s, I was getting, I think, like 70 to... I think I was getting like 70, 80 frames. But then when I was recording, it was between like 30 and 60. It was most often sitting at 60. That's why there was no stuttering or anything like that. So there you go. You're running about 120 when you're recording with Fraps. That's about what you stay at. And then when I don't record, it jumps up considerable amounts. So yeah, there's Minecraft for you.